Step into the vibe, oh yeah. Feel the rhythm rise high, we're living life. Let's fly, off tap life. Sky's the limit, no shy. Off tap life.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some more The Warning. We are going through the entire body of work that I'm able to find here on YouTube, and we're reacting to everything from the beginning all the way to current day so that we can really deep dive into and really find out just the journey, you know, from where they started and how they got to be the awesome, dynamically super cool, amazing group they are today. So that being said, today we're diving into Brahms Hungarian dance number 5, piano 4 hands concurso, and this has Dany when she was 10 and Paul when she was 8. So this should be interesting. I love the piano, play a little myself. So yeah, this should be fun. So without further ado, from me and all of you, let's get off tap. Oh my gosh, right? This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Man, it's crazy. I remember this reminded me of a funny story because as I was saying, I play the piano, but I learned how to play by ear, right? Because the one and only time I went and attempted to have piano lessons was at this, I was like, I don't know, maybe 7 or something like that. And the piano teacher lived in this, I swear it looked like a haunted house. And every time I went there, like, you know, well, actually I think I literally only went once and never went back. But when I went there, the house was like, no, I think I actually did go a couple times, but then I was like, nah, no more, can't do it. Because it was a haunted house, dude. It was scary. And the only thing I remember learning even was a cow eats grass, every cow has its day, or a cow eats grass, or see, I don't even remember that now, but it was something like that. Anyways, every dog has its day, or a cow eats grass, or blah blah blah. It was a way to remember the keys and stuff. Anyways, but the funny thing is that because it was like, I regret now, obviously, you know, I wish that I would have just, you know, learned with a proper trained teacher when I was 7 and stuck to it. But instead I was like, nah. Their house was haunted. It was scary. And so I learned how to play by ear, which, you know, some might say is a pretty cool trick as well. It's a cool gift. But I'm watching this as like, you know, playing like just these amazing classical pieces and stuff like this at such a efficient rate like they're doing is just so awesome. Like, I mean, there's so many pianists like that aren't like even half as good as they are, and they're only 10 and 8 years old. I mean, and that takes skill too, playing with each other. You know, okay, you do this section, I'll do this section, and they're playing in perfect sync. Like, this is cool stuff to see, man. I'm glad that I started from the beginning and it's like going all the way through, because I would have never seen any of this stuff, right? So this is awesome, and it brings back some interesting memories for myself. But okay, let's go, let's continue. want to stop and interrupt this brilliance, but then again, it's a reaction video. I need to stop and kind of say what I'm feeling in that moment. It's like, it's crazy. Like, like when you're a kid, and, you think about all the things that you have accessible to you, especially in 2024. Like, you've got so many options galore of things that you could be doing. To sit and be this dedicated and committed to learning an instrument like this, in their case, multiple instruments, like, you have to take your hat off to that. You have to give them mad props just for that alone. Even if you take away all the accomplishments that came from this defining moment right here. These are defining moments, man. These are those defining moments that everything else has been built on. Do you guys realize that is special? That is so special, man. This is the building blocks of greatness right before your eyes. We're lucky to be able to see this. I saw in the comments actually a few of you said it, but this is one of the most well-documented bands, in the world, because think about it, this age that they're growing up in compared to, bands that existed, 40, 50, 60 years ago, like they didn't have access to the same tools to make it so easy to capture moments like this, So this is definitely freaking just solid. This is so dope. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh.
Sensational.
Memories, man. Memories. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. I did not think about that freaking haunted house piano story until I heard this. This instantly made me think about that moment. And just because, well, this is the style of music she wanted me to learn. I was 7. I was like, man, I'm literally like in the Addams Family house or something, man. Like, where's Wednesday? I know she's coming. Speaking of Wednesdays, I think that's the day my lessons were on. I hated Wednesdays. I think I did like 2 or 3, maybe 4 lessons. I'm not even really sure. I just know I didn't stick around to do any more. Like, it was literally only a handful or less, right? I must have did at least 2 or 3 because, like, I'm sure I didn't learn a cow eats grass and all that first one. Learn how to place my, like, I learned some fundamentally things probably. I would say I've gone a few times, but it's crazy that this brought that up because I haven't thought about that moment. Jeez, I haven't thought about that moment, period. So, this is so just real, right? You know what I mean? This is so real. This is like a real, treat to be able to experience this with a bunch of people who are also like totally, just loving and appreciating this whole journey, this whole experience, because you guys were already there once. You watched this stuff and you were in awe and you were like, oh my gosh, this is just incredible. It's crazy. It's insane. Look how young they are. And look at them freaking just smash that piano so flawlessly, And I freaking now I'm here doing it, and and probably a lot of other people who are already on my channel who've never seen this. You know, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I gotta say, man, like, this is such a cool experience. It really is, you know, because like, I think if we would have been able to see, like, you know, and maybe some footage exists somewhere, but I've never, I don't think I've ever seen it, you know, of certain people, you know, like some of your biggest, I think some of the biggest stars on the planet, like, that have existed in history, you know, someone like, you know, Freddie Mercury, for example, you know, like, is there actual footage of him when he was, you know, 7 years old, you know, and playing an instrument or doing something like that? Like, I don't think there is, but you guys can tell me, and if there is, well, you know, it's probably like only one of a few hidden things, you know what I mean? Like, there's a bunch of stuff from the past 10 years showing them from their very humble beginnings to now where they are, and it's well documented, and I think that is so awesome. Like, I'm enjoying this, like, you know, I'm enjoying it because this is talent. Dude, I don't think anyone really appreciates just how hard it is to do what they're doing unless you actually really appreciate music to that extent and really grasp it. Because I just think that, you know, without having this early beginning stuff, it's easy for people to, you know, look at the finished shiny product and go, oh yeah, they're good, they're great, and blah blah blah. I think you appreciate it 2,000,000% more when you see where they started from and how they got there, though. Like, you know, knowing that they were just these little kids freaking just flawlessly playing instruments and performing and stuff, and knowing that that is where they started from. That this isn't just something they decided when they were like, you know, 18 or 20 or something, like, hey, you know, we should start a band, let's do some music, yeah, that'd be fun, let's do it. You know, it's not that kind of story. I'm not hating on anyone that's their story, you know, but, you know, it's one of those things when you know what your calling is, when you know what your purpose is, when you know what you were put on this planet to do, when you know what your dreams are, when you know what you're, you know, it's going to make your heart feel content, and you know it without a shadow of a doubt already at a young age. That is beautiful, man. Like, most adults still don't know what they want to do, still don't know who they are, still don't know, you know, their deepest passions, and they've never realized them, and the kids, you know, they haven't been able to connect to that yet. They, you know, maybe they never will. You know, you hear stories of people are like 70, 80, you know, freaking 90, you know, looking back, reflecting on their life and being like, man, I wish I would have attempted this, or I wish I, you know, could have done this or that or whatever. And I always wanted to be a pianist, but I never did. Or I always wanted to sing and I never did. You know, those type of people, man, like, you know, they have all these regrets and stuff. Meanwhile, you've got these guys who are like so young, and they already knew their way. They already knew where they wanted to go, you know, and they weren't afraid to get out there and give it a shot, right? Because fear is the one thing that keeps a lot of people from even attempting to go find their, you know, dreams and chase after their deepest, wildest passions, and, you know, just going for it is scary, you know, because people are more scared about failing, you know, most of the time. They're scared of what if they go through all this effort and work and, you know, they don't realize their biggest, deepest passion through it, which is sad because, again, a lot of people miss out on the point. The journey is really important in these processes, and sometimes, like I always say, you know, it's the journey that is actually equally, if not more valuable than just getting where you want to get to. And sometimes people forget that. So there's always something of value in everything that you do if you just get out there and do it. If you just give it a shot, there's always something of merit from it. All you got to do is be open to just the journey and the process and the beginning, like they did. Embrace it and just let it go, you know, just go with the flow. Allow those waves to carry you to wherever it's meant to carry you. And wherever you end up, it's okay. It's fine. Find peace, find comfort in that. You know, knowing that that's your journey, you know, and this is cool because I get to watch their journey. And I hope that all of you guys continue with me through this whole amazing escapade that we're going on, because this is truly just cool to see such talent blossom and grow, and again have access to the very beginnings all the way till now, which, you know, and don't get me wrong, I'm excited to hear some of their newer stuff, like, you know, their original songs, more of that stuff. Like, I really do. I want to hear, like, I was kind of even looking earlier, I was like, man, maybe what if I just jump ahead and do this or that or something, but I'm like, no, I'm going to resist the urge. I'm going to resist the urge, and I'm going to start from here, and I'm going to continue to here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just do it, and I'm committed to that. But we're just going to have to smash out a bunch of videos a lot quicker, so that you know, I can get to experience all of this amazing stuff quicker than, you know, I don't want this to take, you know, a year or two to get to where I want to get to, you know, because I want to see it all. I want to experience it all. So fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a fun ride, and it's going to be a fast and furious ride, because we're going to freaking, you know, gonna pump up the pace a bit. So get ready. And for you guys who are OGs on my channel, you guys know what I'm talking about, because I used to drop, sometimes I drop 7-8 videos in a day, you know, stuff like that. I think the most I've dropped in a day might have been even like 11 or 12. I think that's my record for one day of dropping videos. So yeah, now you understand why I have thousands of videos on my channel. Channels with an S, because I have multiple channels as well. So y'all get to know once y'all hang out here for a bit longer. So since you're going to be here for a while, you might as well hit that subscribe button. You might as well, you know, become officially part of the family, and turn your all notifications on so you don't miss out on what's to come. And let's continue this awesome ride together. So love you guys. As always, remember to enjoy the fullest. Keep it off tap. We're out.